Hello and welcome to episode 52, the full year sort of worth of episodes of Dunk's Movie Corner or Dunk's Movie Corner Pod or podcast. I am the host, your host, the host, whatever you want to call me. I'm Dunk or Duncan, and this is just a quick little recap of what I watched in a week. If that's TV, limited series, mostly movies. And as I say in every episode, this is a companion podcast to the Movie Bros. So that is a much longer format and actual discussion between two people, not just me ranting and rambling for 10, 15 minutes. Those are anywhere from 30 minutes to almost 2 hours of myself and my brother Hayden. We pick a movie, we watch that movie, and then we kind of discuss and ramble and banter. It's much more interesting, I find. But if you're looking for something quickly digestible, something on the go, something, this might not even be 10 minutes. I have had a light week for movies and such. So that's what this is. If you're looking for more, obviously check out what I just talked about. This podcast is on Spotify. It's also on YouTube, if that's how you listen to podcasts. And it is on Instagram at Dunk's Movie Corner Pod. With that, folks, I believe I quote unquote, ended last week with talking about The Brutalist, which was the Movie Bros last episode that we had posted. So I'd say check that out. I started this week, and again, life is busy, especially in the summer, and I'm also seeing someone new romantically, so that's also taking up a lot of my time. As especially when you're starting out with someone, I feel like you're just spending a lot of time together. So either way, I haven't had a lot of time to watch either TV, limited series, or movies. So I started this week. And again, I think I've said this almost every podcast, my quote unquote week, sometimes that ends up being an actual 7 days. Sometimes I miss a week and it's like 9 days. Sometimes I, kind of pack it up early because I've got plans, so I won't be able to record. So it ends up being like 5 days. So it's all over the place. Either way, I started this quote unquote week with Starship Troopers from 1997. I have seen this before. It's been a long time. This is the next episode that will be posted from the Movie Bros. Today is Friday, so I'm going to quickly edit this and post this today because the Movie Bros, specifically all about Starship Troopers, will be out on Sunday, so just a couple days from now. So obviously I'd say check that out for our full, talking about that for much longer than just me ranting here for a second or two. It's fun. There's a lot of dumb fun to it. There's a lot of really not good stuff to it. Again, I don't want to get too far into it, but surprisingly, I actually like the music a lot. The bugs that like the humans are fighting don't look that bad. Mostly my problem is with the actual writing and the characters themselves. And, it is very much a product of like the mid to late 90s. So I'd call it a generous 2 out of 5, and that's fine. Like, you're going to have fun. It's not going to be a good movie, though. And again, I'm rating all of this based off of like a 5-point scale, including half stars. So really, it's out of 10 if that's how you want to think about it. But so yeah, that's like a 4 out of 10 or a 2 out of 5, however you want to think about it. But from there, I watched something called The Duellists. So context, last week I watched Gladiator 2, which was, if you listen to that episode, if you haven't, I'd say check that out. But it was very underwhelming and kind of sad to see how far they had fallen from Gladiator 1 from like 20 years ago with Russell Crowe. This was with Paul Mescal leading the charge. And it was still the same director, Ridley Scott, who has sometimes done really amazing movies and sometimes not so good. I was like, what else has he done that I haven't seen that sounds interesting? And this popped up. This might be one of his first movies ever. It's from 19... And this is, what is that, almost 50 years ago at this point? It's only 100 minutes. It's a little less than 2 hours. It stars Keith Carradine and Harvey Keitel. It's set off the backdrop of like Napoleon ran France and like the era of like his campaign through Russia and things like that. So basically, long story short, this guy who's literally just the messenger is telling this message to Harvey Keitel's character, and apparently Harvey Keitel just feels insulted, not even by the message, by the messenger themselves, challenges him to a duel, and then holds that grudge. Like, the duel is like someone gets hurt, they stop. It's not like to the death, or at least not yet. Holds that grudge, and then they keep running into each other all over like for the next like decade, and it's them constantly dueling. One of them getting too hurt, they stop. and then they disappear for a couple years, and they run into each other again. And yeah, by the end, I don't want to spoil it because again, I would say actually check it out. It's worth seeing. It's not amazing, but some of the cinematography is pretty cool. It's definitely it is like there's fighting and everything, but it's more about the like it's more about like the psychological bit between the two men because in some ways they bond over the 10 years of like fighting each other. I don't know, it's interesting. Uh, yeah, I'd call that a very solid 3 out of 5. Like again, not terrible, not amazing, but like I'm glad I saw it. I don't think I need to watch it again, but I'm glad like if someone references it, I actually know what people are going to be talking about. Not that a lot of people are talking about that movie since I'd literally never heard of it before I stumbled upon it. But from there, I watched Get Shorty, which again I've seen several times. It's a lot of fun. Uh, Also 1995. So keep in mind this came out around the same time as Starship Troopers, but it's kind of like it's a comedy, but it's got like I'd say it's a dramedy, and it's set in L.A. Against the back like it's set against the idea of like a loan shark. John Travolta moves to L.A., doesn't want to be a loan shark anymore, wants to produce movies, um, and just him like navigating like the like kind of idiotic backdrop of Hollywood, if that's the best way I can kind of say that. But it's got John Travolta, Danny DeVito's great in it, Gene Hackman, Rene Russo, Delroy Lindo. Again, James Gandolfini, which I didn't even recognize him before Sopranos, but he's in this. John Grease, if you saw him, he's played a lot of like bit roles in a lot of things. But again, very very fun. They did make a sequel, Be Cool, which I haven't seen, which I put it on my watch list because you know what? I was like thinking like, oh, I enjoy this quite a bit. I should at least give that a chance, even though I've never gotten around to it. But yeah, Get Shorty is on, I believe it's HBO Max. And I was talking to my brother Hayden about this yesterday, whatever we last recorded, Movie Bros. But there was an era where like John Travolta was the young guy in Grease and Saturday Night Fever and things like that. And then I feel like he kind of just disappeared for a little bit. And then he came back, I think it was the 90s, with like Pulp Fiction, Get Shorty, Face Off with Nick Cage. Like he had a run of several good movies. Like he came back into stardom. And then again, I feel like he kind of fell off again as he got older. And that sometimes happens. Next thing I think I saw him in was like Wild Hogs, like the like Tim Allen led biker movie, which was really terrible but kind of fun. Which maybe I'll watch that at some point. But either way, I digress. That's kind of all I watched this week. I've been intermittently watching little bits of Portlandia. Last weekend, me and my lady friend went down to Portland for the weekend just to kind of hang out. She was getting a tattoo, and we did a bunch of other stuff. It was again a lot of nice weekend. And it just made me think of Portlandia because again, I've seen all of it, but it's been many many years, and so I'm slowly rewatching all of that. Usually, it's on like work breaks and things like that, but it's lots of fun. I'd say this coming week on the Movie Bros, we are going to be talking about Only God Forgives, which I very much enjoyed just for the vibes of the movie. The movie itself, I don't know, the story wise. If you haven't seen that, I'd say definitely check that out. I think it's on Amazon Prime and Tubi right now. So that's what's coming up. Beyond that, I don't know what else I'm going to get into. I think on Sunday evening, I'm finally going to get around to watching Sinners, which I'm very excited about, even though prefacing it, like I don't love scary movies. But it looks like but the reason like I don't like scary movies is yes, I don't like being scared, but also a lot of times scary movies don't have a lot of actual good plot. So I don't have a ton of interest in it anyway. But this at least looks like sure, it's the right like not just jump scary and the plot sounds interesting enough. So either way, uh yeah, I think I'm looking forward to that. I'd say check out this last week's Starship Troopers, as well as Only God Forgives coming up next week from the Movie Bros. This has been episode 52. It's kind of crazy that I've done this 52 times in the last roughly year or so. I don't know if I actually have done this consistently every single week, but yeah, Dunk's Movie Corner, Dunk's Movie Corner pod or podcast. We're going to keep on rolling, and I'll see you all next week for 53.